What's going on? This is Neil from Scofflaw Games, and in this video, I'm going to discuss how I ended up getting into game development. This has a story that spans over 2 decades. There's like a 15-year period between 2002 and 2017. I like to refer to that as the Dark Ages. I might as well just erase that from my life because I'm done. But I'll bring it up here because it's part of the story. It's relevant. I started game dev technically in the year 2000. I've told this story to a lot of people, but I would think that finally I can just do it like this, and then if I want to tell my story, I could just post a link instead of go on like this, be like, hey, this is it if you want to know. And it's a little more interactive this way. I don't want to say interactive, but yeah. So I started off with this program called Quick Basic, and I was just amazed. A lot of people were doing a lot of amazing stuff with it at the time, using a library called DirectQB. And this, if you wanted graphics, you had to make sure you were in the right screen. So I'd go to screen 13. That's a good one. And if I wanted a line from coordinates of 0, 0 to blah, 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 10, 50. And you didn't have to worry about this. None of that. None of that. None of that. None of that. But I mean, I'm so used to that now with C# and everything. Almost did it there. And you got a line. Boom. There you go. That's your video game. If you wanted to input, if you want to clear this line, type in clear. Line clear. I don't know if they had Boolean variables or not. And if I forget if line, I don't know if line clear is right. Then what am I doing, guys? Kill us. And if boom, it cleared everything. There we go. See? There you go. That's the basic rundown of it. There's a lot more to it, but no more. So I quit trying. I did some things with this, but I have no evidence of it, so I don't even care. And compile it. You can compile to an X file. You can make that. But we're not going to do it. And then it would run a lot better than if it was something that needed to. So with this case, we'll be delicate because DOSBox will fucking, if I do this wrong, DOSBox will flip out, OBS will flip out, I have to restart. And I'm trying to do this in one take, so I don't want to do any editing. So exit gently. Okay, that's better. Anywho. So we had the Dark Ages. We had 15 years from 2002 to 2017 of mental health disorders, substance abuse, jail. Well, jail was later on, but you know, a lot of everything up to 2015 was all like just terrible. I quit a lot of jobs, a lot. I moved around a lot because I was just so unstable. And yeah, fuck that 15 years. Seriously, like if that 15 years was a person, I would fucking stab it with a knife. I would, yeah, fucking jump with my battle ready katana. No, I don't know if it's battle ready, but it's more like a battle ready machete. When I go out in the woods, the stickers get in my way. I just finally, though, 2017, I fortunately ended up in a 4-month rehab program. Thanks to local judge. Thank you. Thanks for not sending me to some like fucking. Oh, they got these programs for that they sometimes send people as alternatives to jail, and they're like rehab boot camps, basically. I forget what they're called, but yeah, this was relaxed. This was chill, fun. I made friends. Had some frustrating moments, but I made it out. And 2 years of sobriety, basically. And no pat. I don't ever ask for like any pats on the back. I'm just telling this as my story. I ran out of the burning building. There's no congratulations. It's just, wow, I went through basically ran out of a burning building that I set on fire myself, metaphorically speaking. All the problems in my life were a result of my own bad decision making, and let's go with that. So now I try to make better decisions. And game devs, I would say game dev saved my life. I'll go out on a limb, because if I didn't have game dev, I mean, if I didn't have some kind of creative outlet in general, it just wouldn't happen. This basically replaced, it filled that void that alcohol used to fill without me waking up in the morning puking. Now, it doesn't have a thing like I crunch time a lot. I don't recommend that to anyone. That's very unhealthy. But at the same time, like, in a year's time, I went from, like, I went from making crappy platformers. I'm not saying platformers in general are crappy. A lot of people make good ones these days. I just can't. Like, I don't want to. I mean, I could probably do better now. Since I could go back to it, and I could probably kick a platform's ass if I really wanted to, but I don't want to make a platform. Well, I'm not saying I don't want to make one, actually. It's just like, Jerry, if you hear this, don't let it break your heart, because if Jerry and I got together and made a platform, it would be pretty sweet now, because of having more experience and knowledge. Ludum Dare coming up this weekend, by the way. Ludum Dare. Can't believe it. It's hours away. Biggest game jam ever. I'll put a link in the description. But I won't go. This will be my 4th Ludum Dare in the row. I'm stoked. I was gonna make a video about Ludum Dare, but I'll just mention it here and this blog. Boo. And so basically I got into game dev. What happened was, in 2017, I started off spinning my wheels in Python, trying to make a space shooter. And then all of a sudden I see on YouTube this guy, Tim Ruswick, Game Dev Underground, and something about him just, and I played one of the games he made. It was Indy Jones, and I was like, this guy, this dude, or I shouldn't say like this dude, because he's a bro. He was working on his first commercial release, Philophobia, which he has released now. I'll put a link to that in the description. Got to give a shout out, because he convinced me, and I'm not saying he was like, hey dude, you gotta do it. He came out there, and I never even really heard of a game jam. I'd heard of one, but I never really thought about how a game jam, I never thought about game jams like this. I read some things about game jams where people actually physically got together and made game. Never like this, where you actually, everybody, it was like kind of sort of a little bit of a competition. And I noticed he was using Construct. I had used Construct a little bit, but I couldn't really get into it. But I decided, hey, this dude, he knows what he's talking about. He's using Construct. I'm going to try it too. That weekend, I used Construct and ended up with my first game that actually released under my Zombievirals. It was called Logic Gates of Hell, because at that time I was having a real heavy interest in things like logic gates and just like deep computer learning about these. Let's get that sound. Look at that. Listen to that. I did not make anything in this game. This is a fucking weird ass. Well, okay. The computer chips are mine. That's from my old vintage computer too. There's arrows that tell you. Oh, you can duck. Forgot about that. You can double jump. Did I mention that? Oh, don't get hit. I don't even remember how I coded this. Well, it was visual scripting. Sounds like the sound from that's overwhelming. Okay. Take 2. Alright, we'll cut it to here. So basically, you're running through DOS mode. This is a representation of DOS mode or something. Which we just experienced. Oh, don't get hit by the lightning, but you got the save at least. And you'd end up in Windows 3.1, and I'm not going to make this... You know, the little matrix stuff going on down there. That's old. I've had that. That's basically it. Except you beat this level, you go to Windows 3.1. You beat that, go to like a Windows 95 theme thing. I'll have a link to this channel, this page, Jam Games. That's like half of them too. There's a few I hid because I hated so much. So then so I made that and I kept making games. I have like 3 games from Ludum Dare here. Is there one that I hid? Yeah. There's a Ludum Dare 42. And there's Ludum Dare 42. What? Are we at 42? What? Are we at 44 now? Let me check. 44, oh my god, yeah, we were there. 17 hours? Ooh. Really? Starts Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. 6 hours. Woo! Yeah. Okay, anyway. Back to that. A little shout out to Ludum Dare. It's happening this weekend. Get in there. I will be live streaming. By the way, not only will I be live streaming some of the game dev that I'm doing with my partner Jerry, but I'll also afterwards be live streaming people's games, playing them, rating them, giving constructive criticism, feedback, whatever. I wouldn't even call it criticism. I'm not gonna really. I'm not the type that's gonna nitpick on someone's game too much. A game made in 72 hours. So then, with a team of 2 people, Jerry, Blank Canvas, shout out. She did like the artwork so well. And Jerry did I did the coding with Construct. If you want to call it coding, if you don't, I don't care. It's visual scripting. I'm a Unity guy. Like Unity, I eat, breathe, and shit Unity and Blender. So you just get through this beautiful artwork. Like, it's too bad that my scripting level at the time was not on par with this artwork. And then we got Jerry's animations. There's a Spriter. Yeah. And you just walk through, collect presents, and just get really good atmosphere. Really, really decently put together. No double jumping here, though. You can try to lure the monsters into traps. They will jump them. They got a little bit of, and then they're stupid. That guy's gonna just shoot lasers at me. Can't duck. But you're just gonna have to die. Get checkpoint. Ooh, good jump. Oh, I made the kind of jump where you. Oh yeah, saw blades kill you instantly. That's basically the rundown. Collect the presents. Get to the weird Santa guy at the end. So that was about 2018. That's Team H. Yeah. So I have a link in the description to my old Zombievirals. Moving on, my transition to Unity. That took and Blender. It's finally happened. Jumped to 2019 now. Literally got Unity 2019. We're gonna jump to that, and now this is what I'm working on. It's really not much right now. I've made multiple iterations. I started off about a month ago, I think, maybe a little longer, with a game called Generic Pirate Game. And now it's going to be like pirates and wizards. Pirates versus wizards. If you pick a wizard, you live in the castle. Pick a pirate, you live in the ship. And God, I did that water was done with shader graph. So I'm gonna try to go for like a Borderlands kind of cartoonish look. I didn't 3D model any of this, by the way. I have been 3D modeling, and I won't go into that. I mean, I'm fine with my opinion on using assets is for something like this that in June I want to be able to pitch to a publisher, and you know I can't make all the assets. I mean, especially stuff like that. So I want to just go ahead. Now I'm gonna reshade it to give it that cartoony look. So I'm gonna make it all fit in, make it my own. But this is basically the premise. I won't go into detail about the game either. This is more about how I got into game dev and where I'm at now. And now I can't remember what I was going to talk about at this point. We got the alcohol and the mental health out. Well, okay, I still have mental health problems, but I ain't going to go into that. It comes with the territory. People sometimes, it comes with the territory sometimes of being creative, from what I understand. But it just is what it is. I don't let it define me. It's not, I'm not into that woe is me shit anymore. I try not to be anyway. If you catch me doing that, feel free to call me on it. A lot of work needs to be done, but I've got an AI system. I've got a combat system. It's just not in place yet. Forget about it. So I'm in 16 minutes now. Wow, that's like shorter than one of my crappy tutorials. Woo! I went there. And I'm really tired, but I decided to just push through. I probably shouldn't, but here's the thing. I really really passionate about this, but I really at the same time I'm at a place in life where I have a roof over my head. I don't have to worry about things as much. I'm able to pay my bills, and I got a lot of nice woods to go take a walk out on. I'm probably gonna go mushroom hunting here in a few. If you don't know about mushroom hunting, look up morale mushrooms. I'll put morale mushrooms, the link in the description. Just kidding. So basically that's that. Now I'm making tutorials. Got one that I'm currently working on. I take requests for tutorials, by the way. I'm trying to make tutorials that aren't very common, or ones that like were done years ago in like older versions of Blender, older versions of Unity. Not that you can still get from them, but I'm trying to like do something different than how to make a platformer or how to make a first-person shooter. I can help with stuff like that there. I've got a couple of first-person shooter controllers that are like, I consider them better than the Unity standard asset controller. As far as third-person controllers, that's something I've struggled with a little bit, but I think I'll get better at it. Well, I always do get better at things. So I'm just sitting here blabbing, and basically that's it. That's how I got into game dev. Game Dev Underground is where it really helped. The community. I'm going to say the community. Having the community. When I got into there, and once I started networking with other aspiring game devs on all different levels, that really was what done it. And now I'm at the point to where I'm just going to keep at it. And who knows where I'll be in a year or two. I don't know. But I think I'm making a lot of progress with it, and I have, great people to work with, like Jerry and Canvas. Canvas made this, by the way, really awesome. I added the Unity and Blender thing, though. I had to like I total fanboy shit, but it's just like, thank you Unity, thank you Blender for being there. Oh, the Blender story too. I gotta go to the Blender story now, real quick. I kept trying to learn Blender. Hated it. Every time I would try it, what the hell's going on here? How do I do this? And then I just got into it. It's just like, what an amazing program. Like, you can just be like, once you learn the key, here we go. Let's do this. Once you learn these little, is it gonna show up? Nope. Input history needs to be over there. Once you yeah, once you like hit Shift A, right there, left Shift plus A, scroll down, get you a UV sphere, and then you can be like Shift A. Next, I want a plane, and then what do I want that to do? I want to move it up. Hit 1, and then you got the orthographic, and you just move it up, and you can still hold that. It does it detect my middle mouse? Oh, it does. Okay, and then you can hit Tab, and then you can go over here and be like, bam, 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 because I want this thing to. What do I want it to do? What do I want it to do? Oh, bam, bam. Once you start knowing your way around this program, like, life is great. I want that. I want to add the cloth modifier. Wait, do I? Is it over? Oh, and then I gotta go over the physics thing. Click on the sphere. Get tab out. Click on the sphere. Go to physics, collision, and just leave it there like that. Stretch that baby out, like, just boom, and you can be like, shift, get them both, and move them both up, and go down, and hit that thing. You be like, hey, guess what? I want you to do something with your life, bro. So you just go down here and you hit the play button and just cross over like that. Look at that. Just look at it. That's going to be something that's going to be involved in my next tutorial. It's going to be on cloth sewing, and I want to take it into Unity too and get into the cloth physics in Unity. And there's tutorials out there to cover this, but there's not many. I mean, Brackies, where's your tutorial on cloth? Cloth is important. It's important. Come on. I'm just kidding. And I'd like to definitely give a big shout out to both Blackies and Blackthorn Prod, and about 50 other tutorial makers who basically unknowingly held my hand through this Unity and Blender process. Oh, Alameo, Rango, with modeling and sculpting. I should really put like so many. I can put so many links to game dev resources in the description if I want, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to be all sinister about it. I'll put a link to my Discord channel, and if you come to my Discord channel, I have help channels for Unity. I have channels dedicated for Unity, Blender, Concept Crew, and there's one for Unreal. Even though I know nothing about it, but I think there's a couple guys in there that are Unreal guys. That's one of the next things I am going to learn, just because. Some people say, well, you just learn about Blender. Well, I know Construct 2. I know Unity. Is it going to kill me to, fire that bad boy Unreal up? Is it really going to kill me? Is it really that bad? We'll find out this summer. Once I start pitching that demo of Wizards and Pirates to publishers and they laugh at it and look at me like I'm stupid. I don't know how it's going to go down. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, but anyway, like I said, this is it. Over. Done with this video. If you like it, mash that like button until you break something. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you, really. I don't know. There's nothing I can do about it. So hit that subscribe button, definitely. If I was you, I would, because I'm gonna keep making tutorials. I'm gonna take requests, and in my Discord channel, I'm on Discord quite a bit. I try to keep my doors open to people. So anybody that needs any help with anything with Unity or Construct, feel free. Or Blender too. Yeah, definitely with Blender. I'll help. I try to help as much as I can. I'm also using a program now called Make Human. That's to get base models, easy, quick base models. Make Human. I got a student license for Substance Painter. So if you are a student in a college and you can prove to the makers of Substance Painter that you are a student in college, you can get that bad boy for free. Look at it. I need to learn it. And there's also a program called FaceGen Modeler That's a demo. It gets a watermark on it, so I have to take the texture and I have to like manually scrub out the watermark. I think the program itself is like $80. And what this does is you can just easily texture and UV map a face on a model. You could fucking kit bash that into a make human base mesh, and just ridiculous. Great. Instant meshes. That's another good one. That's for if you want a quick way to retop. I wouldn't even call it retopology. It's kind of it's a cheat way of if you got something sculpt high poly to retopology it, retopologize it. Okay, so basically that's that. I'm out. Subscribe if you want to, and there will be more content. Taking requests, tutorials on Blender, on Unity, on Donder, on Blitzen, on Rudolph, whatever. Yeah, I'm just like, it's like 4 in the morning, and I'm just finally determined to make this ridiculous video. And feel free to share your story in the comments or in the Discord or wherever. I always like to hear people's stories of how they got into game dev. I think that's really cool, honestly. And with that being said, peace.